Everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be checking out Silhouette by KANA-BOON. Alright, so today we're going to be jumping back into some music from Japan, and this song I am a little familiar with because I am a Naruto fan, so I have heard it. However, I've never seen the first take version, and this version also includes Takahiro Yamada from Asian Kung Fu Generation, which I believe is the bass player. I don't really know much about KANA-BOON in general. I think Silhouette is the only song I've ever heard from them, but again, I've never heard it in a live setting or in the first take version, so I'm really excited to see how it sounds. But before we do, feel free to check out my memberships. They're only $1, and you get early access to videos like these and also my anime reactions. Les Paul Jr. And a Les Paul. Really nice flame on that guitar. That kind of brings me back to my old guitar days.
いやー、こんな日が来るなんて夢のまた夢のその先みたいな。アジアンカンフージェネレーションから
Sure, my volume is up.
はい、
演奏します。
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。誘ってくれて。
こちらこそよく受けてくださいましたね。
いや、もう今日はメンバーのつもりで楽しめたらと。
Playing a P
こっ
bass.
ちからは山分として頑張ってきてくれと。
わかりました。
みんなによろしくねと言っておりました。
わかりました。
I think this is the first performance I've seen them all just having a conversation before they start playing.
よし、じゃあ行きましょう。
Yeah, look at the flame on that guitar. Whenever it changes position, you can see the flame maple on it. Guitar nerd. So catchy. Love his voice too, actually. Very clean. Wow, his pitch is perfect. Very good. Amazing how much ground they're covering with just only so many band members. In terms of how much sound that they're filling in the room. I've never heard the bridge before. His voice is flawless, actually. I've got some thoughts on the production too of this. So good. Sounds damn near like the studio version. Wow. I'm just surprised I haven't heard more music from them. Maybe I have and don't know it. I don't know. That was actually really revealing about how big the production is on the studio version of that song. As they were going through it, I was thinking about all of the different vocal layers that are in the studio version. There's probably a little bit more guitar going on in the studio version if I'm just going off of my memory. It just sounds a little bit more grand in the studio version, which in the studio version you have that liberty to make those choices for sure. It's just here it's a much more raw version, right? So you only have everyone that's there, so they can only fill up so much sound. You can work your way around that by having like extra cabinets for your guitars and stuff like that, but it sounds like they just went for just one cabinet each person, or it's hard to tell what they were plugging into. It could have been just a small 212 amp or something, so probably just something very bare bones, but they were able to pull off the guitar tones they needed to match the studio version, which is really cool. This singer's voice pitch is perfect. I've heard the song enough to know that if he were to change something, I probably would have noticed. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's saying it perfectly. Hit every single note, a flawless performance, just incredible. I'd be a little interested to know what his vocal range is, perhaps maybe like a mezzo-soprano. I've recently taken vocal lessons myself, so I was able to kind of figure out where I'm at, and I'm a tenor myself, but I tend to be able to reach up to like maximum of maybe soprano level notes, but that's it. That's kind of where I am, and he seems like he is in a whole different register way up there. So in terms of vocal range, he is way above my reach. So that song is super fun, very fun to listen to. It brings back a lot of good memories for Naruto. I probably have heard it more on TikTok, if I'm being honest. It was interesting. I only heard him speak briefly before the performance, but it's interesting. I don't think I would have expected a voice like that to come out of him, just comparing his speaking voice to his singing voice, which is always a fun surprise to run into. Again, just really cool how eye-opening it is, the difference between this raw version and the studio version that has, I guess, a bit more of a grander production to it. I didn't realize how simplistic the song could actually be, but with a performance like this, I can spread my wings a little bit on the guitar side of it. The singer's playing a Les Paul Jr., which has a single P90 pickup, and those tend to be a little bit on like brighter side of the spectrum in terms of like what certain pickups can give you in terms of sound. So they're probably using the Les Paul with the two humbuckers for something a bit warmer, while the regular rhythm parts are going to have a bit more of a brighter, more sparkly sound, but both guitars are actually playing through amplifiers that are giving them a little bit more dirt. Like, so I would classify the rhythm guitar on the Junior to be more dirty, and then on the actual Les Paul with the two humbuckers, I would venture to say that that's more of like a saturated crunch. And the drums sound great too. You can tell he's holding back just a tiny little bit for the sake of playing it live like this, so he doesn't just completely blow everybody out of the water. So there's a little bit of control that I sensed in there, but really good kick sound. But yeah, I'm really impressed with that singer though, with the way that he just sang everything perfectly while also playing the guitar at the same time. Playing guitar and singing at the same time is extremely difficult. It's kind of like doing this sort of thing. So I'm always impressed with anybody that can do it in general. Anyway guys, I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Let me know in the comments if you want me to check out anything else. And otherwise, I'll see you guys later.